In the last 2 weeks, Harry Adjei has hauled in 8 catches for 159 yards. The junior college transfer from San Jose City College has really emerged as a weapon for the bomb squad. Bryant Johnson with you on Grizzly Connect. Harry, it's been really a blowout the last 2 weeks for your offense, putting up 55 and 36 points. You've become a big factor the last 3 weeks and 3 straight victories. You've also hauled in 2 incredible highlight reel catches on the year. One-hander, Dixie State left sideline against mine's another incredible one-handed catch that you just somehow hauled in. What is the recipe for highlight reel catches, being able to have the concentration to make those one-handed catches?
Honestly, I just got to give thanks to God first, because without him, nothing's possible, and he gives me the ability to showcase what he's blessed me with. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just hard work and preparation. I mean, my big brother Ronald Godden, shout out to him. Every Monday, I don't feel like it, but he makes me go out there on the field with him, and we get extra work. And whether it's just catching the ball, tracking, if I'm just standing there catching balls, and you know, it's just a lot of hard work. A lot of guys on the team are hungry, you know. So I mean, I learned a lot of things from those guys, especially like Ron and Brooks, J.B. Hall, Scotty Kellogg, Drew Edwards. I learned a lot from the people that have been here and the people that have more years to play than I have. So.
You guys never lost your focus, even when you struggled and didn't score a touchdown against Highlands. Ron started the bomb squad routine by dishing out the hats to all the wide receivers. Ron's from Liberty City, Florida, has been at a few schools. His senior year is now really going out with a bang. How have guys like you and Ron, transfers who came in, were a part of really a kind of a standstill offense in the middle of the year? Now your numbers are increasing, the wins are increasing. Why do you think everybody kept the faith and didn't lose track of why they were here?
Honestly, it just goes back to the hunger. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, there's not a lot to look forward to. I mean, in terms of, I guess you could say, in terms not so much in terms of not looking forward to, but you know, going from an area where you have to scratch and claw just to get by. So I mean, at the end of the day, you know, God's blessed us with his talent, you know, and we got to use it for as long as we can, whether it's just to get education or God willing, you know, go to the next level. If not, you know, you could either go pro or you could get a free education and then just provide for your family. So at the end of the day, we just got to keep each other accountable as a whole, you know, keep our heads down and keep pushing.
It's amazing what having a perspective can do for you, even during the rough moments of a season. You, of course, have a season of eligibility left, which is why it's so exciting to watch you emerge as the number 2 receiver from yards per game standpoint. You're behind Ron after really taking off and jumping past a couple of guys in recent weeks. And one thing that's always notable about Harry is your pre-snap routine. Now, we see it in basketball, free throw routine, guys mixing it up, but it's so hard to have a pre-snap routine. So show the camera what you do before a snap as you're focused and looking in, and then kind of explain where it comes from when you're rolling your hands together and then you tighten both of your hand gloves right before a snap. Where did all that come from?
Honestly, it's more like a twitch, because at my JUCO, I mean, people used to make fun of me. Like, I used to go like this and then make fun of me, spare fingers, and
your nickname was Spare Fingers?
that was my nickname. I have a lot of nicknames. Bambi was one of them, but that's because of high school. That's a long story.
We've got time.
But actually, one of my friends, Denzel McCollum, who's actually going to be a transfer here in January, he actually does it, and it's actually, I started trying it, and it's actually kind of like my boo side. It clears my mind. I'm not stressed. I'm just having fun and ready to go. So
you do it all game, and that's why I kind of waited a little bit before mentioning it to our listeners, because some guys, they have a routine early. They're hyped, jacked up, and then game doesn't go their way and things change. But even in the fourth quarter, you're doing it, and maybe when you haven't seen a few touches, it seems to be almost a distraction too. You're doing it on running plays when you're a blocker. You're doing it when you're a decoy. When you're just doing something consistent like that, it is a calming mechanism. But how do you think it gets in the head of DBs? Like, what is this guy doing out here?
Honestly, a lot of people ask the same question, and a lot of people come to the conclusion that it's a Florida thing. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt that it is a Florida thing, because the people that I know that do it, are from Florida. It was actually funny because the Western New Mexico game, I was doing that, and then the DB guarding me was from Florida, and he was doing the same thing. So in film, they're making fun of me, saying that we were having a conversation. But I just know it just relaxes me, you know. It just allows me to take deep breaths, kind of like my woosah.
Football sign language for Harry Adjei, receiver for Adams State. South Florida guys always have had their own thing, and then you take into account your Bay Area connection, and that's what's been really entertaining about this year's team is you and Ron with bringing your own style to Adams State, and now it seems like everybody has really been able to showcase their individual talents, and we hear that from guys like Ron saying, Abilene Christian, they wanted to restrict me. Here, it's looking at what your skill set is and trying to find a way to take advantage of it. Took a little bit longer with you, but you are becoming the deep ball threat. Trevor Eggleston has found you for some huge receptions. What do you think this does for the offseason preparation of your coaching staff and looking how to take advantage of you even further next year?
I think it opens the door to the playbook, not just for me, but for everybody else. We have a couple freshmen, Devin Reed and Guy Johnson, and those guys, they're ready to take off. And sometimes they're just out there tearing it up during one-on-ones when we're down receivers because of injuries and scheduling and stuff like that. But just watching them go out there and work, I mean, they're going to be the next guys for the bubble game, the seam routes, corner routes, smash concepts. I mean, it's just because if I take the top off and they run a little 5-yard route, they could shake two guys and they're to the house, or vice versa, you know. So it's just the playbook just becomes open to a whole nother level.
And think about what they've learned from watching you in this offense, an offense that was down and out after Highlands didn't score. You guys could have easily said, you know what, forget it, season's over, and just crumble. You've blown up with 49, 55, 36 points the last 3 weeks. You have a chance to put together the best season in really 2+ decades with a win this afternoon against Colorado Mesa. What is the learning, I guess, the progress of learning through all of this that the freshmen and the younger players can take from a team that was down and out but now has bounced back to one of the best seasons in history?
Just at the end of the day, I mean, if you're an athlete, then you have to have the competitors, the competitive DNA. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, take, for example, the Giants. When they won the Super Bowl against undefeated Patriots, nobody really thought that they were going to make it that far into the playoffs. Nobody thought that they'd even beat the Patriots. But at the end of the day, you just got to keep pushing and have faith and believe in yourself and your brothers around you.
All right, Bambi, appreciate it. What is your favorite nickname, by the way?
Oh, dang.
It's not Bambi, is it? You can't tell me this right now. That's just one that got stuck.
That was from basketball. Long story.
From your running?
Yeah. I mean, because if you shoot up a foot in about a year, I mean, you're going to be pretty goofy.
You went from 5'2" to how tall?
About 6'1", 6'2".
In a year?
Yeah.
What did your household think of this in terms of clothing options? Because you must have had to just go and tear apart every type of clothing that did exist and shop for an entire new wardrobe.
I mean, just told me to get a job. So.
It's not your fault, but you're going to pay for it. Harry, thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's Harry Adjei, wide receiver, Adams State University. He arrived on campus in January 2012, mid-semester transfer, so he's been acclimated with Adams State and Alamosa for almost a year now, and boy, it's really paying dividends. This is KSPK's Grizzly Connect. I'm Bryant Johnson.